Greetings, YouTube, as I log into the game to set up this exciting opportunity. I think it can be easy to get jaded, and Lord knows I contribute to that sometimes because for every one thing that goes right in this game, so many things go wrong. For every opportunity to add units and bonuses to the game that you love and the account that you love comes false advertisements or misadvertisements where it turns out that the limits are shared between the Kabam in-game store and the Kabam website store, and unfortunately so many people have been screwed over by that and continue to reach out to me as they file help tickets and send Kabam responses that seem to just be copy and paste because they want to ignore the fact that they did not advertise at all, not well, like at all, that you were sharing purchase limits between both stores and screwing yourself out of several hundred units at minimum if you chose to go through the in-game store first over the website. So the website actually, in some ways, punished players for existing, which is fascinating. But what happens when you use this event to open your first ever 7-star? Well, that's exciting because then I get to do what I get to do that I love, which is ask the community, if this was you, just pretend for the sake, if you clicked on this video, and I appreciate that you did, this is your account. You have no champions when you go to your 7-stars. When you filter out that 7-star, as I hide my webcam and you click it, there's no one that shows up. You can have 6 stars galore, but then 7 stars, nobody. But you finally got to open a 7-star. Remember, the first 2 7-stars in the featured item store are 10,000 7-star shards for accounts, not 15,000. They get you hooked. It's the Taco Bell. We'll introduce something for $1 and make you fall in love with it, and then suddenly it's $3. By the way, I use Taco Bell as a reference pretty often on this channel, and I get people who comment, Prof, why would you promote such trash? I grew up so poor that we couldn't afford Taco Bell. Taco Bell to me was like Ruth Chris Steakhouse. So you might have grown up much better off than I did. It wouldn't be hard to do better. It would actually be much harder to do worse than I did growing up. But I still love a Taco Bell run, and I always will. And you don't have to love Taco Bell to appreciate the analogy of something being introduced for a discounted price and then going up when they want to make cash. All right, without further ado, let's jump off of this bell and onto a new one because my man Codename Abyss usually sends over the best pulls from his friends. Like, this is Alliance Mate. Shout out to Millen Paul opened 4 7-star crystals recently, all 4 new champions, and other than Hawkeye, I would say I'd be very happy with that group of 4. But Codename Abyss, what an interesting name, did open his first ever 7-star crystal during the holiday season, and this is it. So just pretend that this is your account. How excited would you be if your first 7-star champ was Joe Fixit in between a Gore and a Venom? 2 of the more sought after, not just cosmic champions, but champions in the 7-star basic. Now, I know people who swear by Joe Fixit, even though I say Joe can't fix his own tie half the time, nevertheless fix it, whatever it is. But I think there are worse champions, but there are also a lot of better champions, or at least champions that get you more excited to play this game. So if I was to grade this, I could do 2 different grading scales. A 1 to a 10, I'd give a 5.5. A grade, I'd give, like, based off of the average champion this, I give it a D to D+. Maybe a C- is the best way. I'll get slightly below average, but maybe a generous C-, a realistic D+. I don't know if that's too harsh, if that's too kind. I guess it depends on how you view Joe Fixit. But I was really, if he'd gotten Venom, I would have given him, or Venom or Gore would have been at least a B. In some people's eyes, should be an A. But Joe Fixit just doesn't have that same excitement. But without Joe Fixit's buff, this would be an F. This would have been a meme. This would have been, would you still play this game after opening this title of the video? But not this video, because Joe Fixit's not that bad. They haven't put a Groot into this, even though they did use that as a practical joke when they first did a 7-star crystal in the first Kabam live stream with 7 stars. So either way, codename Abyss or codename Delta. Thank you for the submission. Congrats on your first 7-star. I wish it would have been Venom or Gore, but there are worse out there.